Hello people and welcome to today's episode where we are going to be playing some AI Dungeon. We used to play this game on the channel a lot, but since then we have removed all of those videos. If you'd like to know more about why, you can check out the link on the top of the screen somewhere. I still have no idea which direction I'm supposed to point at, if I'm being honest with you. It's kind of confusing. I thought it'd be fun if we recreated the most popular AI Dungeon story from the past, and that was AI Dungeon Rewrites the B-Movie. With that said, the main reason why we removed those videos from the channel was mostly due to the YouTube algorithm and it not pushing our content because our content was kind of bad. That's including the prompt that I used for that video. So I've made a new prompt here and it's still funny, but it's considerably more appropriate. Also, I feel the need to tell you that I wrote this and played this already and the power went out and it corrupted my footage because I was mid-recording when the power went out. I was like 30 minutes through this episode and now I get to do it all again. Doesn't that sound like a blast? It's not that big of a deal. It's just reading. I love reading. I hate reading, in case you didn't know. But it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be a blast. So here's the prompt that I wrote. I said, "You are Barry B. Benson, a bee who lives in New York City. Despite your tiny stature, you seek to one day make your crush Vanessa your sugar mama. As you may know, bees are hard workers. However, they are incapable of making any money because society is fake. Instead, the humans take our honey and give us nothing in return. That's why you need a sugar mama, and there's no better candidate for the job than Vanessa. I mean, just look at her. She's mad thick. Thickness aside, I buzzed all up in her apartment the other day and she was totally digging my flight patterns, if you know what I'm saying. There's one big issue though, and his name is Ken. To put it plainly, Ken's a prick. With the way he dresses and acts, he may as well get 'I'm a douche' tattooed on his forehead. Your main goal is to eliminate Ken and secure Vanessa as your sugar mama to fund your nuclear arsenal that will destroy humanity. And that's my prompt for today." And then the AI says, "You have tremendous power and you're going to need to use it wisely. Who are you going to blow away?" To which I responded, "Ken," and then the AI said, "Or Maggie." And I was like, no, Ken. I don't even know who the feck Maggie is. I don't know why they want me to blow her away either, but I mean, I'm Barry B. Benson. I blow away most ladies, if you know what I'm saying. So I just hit enter again and the AI said, "You decide to," and then it says, "You maim Ken." After that though, it said, "You're in the middle of the woods and Ken is running from you." So I took this part as, this is how I maim Ken. This is like the story of Ken's maiming. And I'm all for that. I mean, this is delightful to me. I said, "You chase Ken through the forest. You're running faster than any human has a right to do," which I didn't understand because I very clearly stated, "I'm Barry B. Benson, a bee who lives in New York City." That was literally the first thing I typed out, and yeah. I think that AI Dungeon would make a really bad boyfriend to a girl because girls really like to be listened to and AI Dungeon is terrible at listening to people. But anyways, the story continued. "Your legs are like butter. You can run for hours and not lose a beat. You see Ken stumble into a dilapidated shack." And then I made the executive decision to burn the shack to the ground. The first time I typed it out, it gave me an error message, so I typed it out again and then it entered it twice, so that's why there's two of those there. Anyways, the AI went on, "Damn it, damn it, damn it," Ken is cursing. "You're going to pay for this, you know that?" And I replied, "I don't want to hear you talk. I just want to hear you sizzle." And then the AI goes, "What are you waiting for? Attack him!" And I was really confused here because the AI is trying to get me to commit violent acts, but I'm already in the process of burning down a shack with somebody inside of it. So I don't really know what more it wants from me. But then the AI forced me to sprint to Ken and give him a full frontal blast of stinging nettles. I looked up stinging nettles and here's what I found. It's a plant and it is called stinging nettle. However, this plant does not cause pain, it prevents pain. The AI had the right idea. It's trying to cause pain to Ken. However, stinging nettles don't do that. Nevertheless, the AI doesn't know that stinging nettles doesn't cause pain, so it said, "He shrieks and runs away. Nettles are notorious for their ability to cause intense pain and in sufficient quantities to kill humans." So the AI is trying to tell me what nettles are at this point, but like, I already looked it up and the AI is really wrong here. Fun fact, they're also used to cure diabetes. The AI continued, "You're in a race to the shack when you hear a deep voice shout," and I typed out that the deep voice shouted, my nuts itch. Sorry, I don't know if that was deep enough. It would be more like, my nuts itch. And then the AI said, you look around and see a large man wearing a grass skirt running towards you. And I got really scared at this point. The AI then added, he lifts up his skirt and begins to frantically scratch his groin. And I think that's disgusting. I'm kind of just going through right now and telling you guys how these things made me feel when I read them the first time. It's really weird since the power went out. I hope this is still entertaining for you. It's entertaining for me, at least. Anyways, he was scratching his groin, and I typed out, it's Maui from Moana. I don't know why. It said a big man in a grass skirt. That was the first thing that came to my mind. You see another bee emerge from a nearby bush and run towards Maui. It's me, Barry Benson. Now, at this point, I got somewhat frustrated with the AI because I'm Barry Benson, and I don't know why the AI does crap like this. Kind of like I said before, the AI is like a bad boyfriend that does not listen. And then it said, Maui looks at you with fear in his eyes. Run away, you little booger, he says. Now, I was very tempted at this point to sting his exposed nutsack. However, I'm trying to keep things a bit more family friendly, so instead I went with, your nuts are small. Maui's eyes bulge out of his head. Your what? Your balls, you idiot. And then Maui goes, excuse me? You mockingly wave your hands in front of Maui's face. And I just imagine my character going up to Maui and going, your nuts are small. Your nuts are small. It's so stupid. Then I said to him, Maui, I have a super important mission for you. To which he replied, my mission is to kill all humanity. No. My friend here is in love with Vanessa. Do you know where she is? And I was, again, upset with the AI because I'm in love with Vanessa, not my friend. But then I figured maybe Barry is just shy, so he was like, my friend really likes Vanessa. Can you tell me where she's at? And the friend's in the background like, what the hell, dude? Now, this part was kind of creepy because I voiced my frustration. I was like, no, I'm the one who's in love. It's me, not my friend. And the AI goes, Maui looks at you with a strange look in his eyes. You're the one who's in love? And I was like, whoa, did it hear me say that? And I freaked out a little bit on the inside because AI uprising and all. But then my character said, yeah, who else? I don't know, maybe your friend, since you just said that a second ago, but okay. Maui frowns and his eyes dart back and forth between you and Ken. She lives with me, says Ken, emerging from the thicket. I like how Ken was running away prior, but then he decided now is a good time to reveal his hiding place. That was the last mistake he'd ever make. So I then typed out, Maui, quick, bash his head in with your weird looking baseball bat. Maui takes the wooden bat and crushes it into the back of Ken's head. And this is where things get kind of dark. I think Maui says this, but I'm not sure, but it says, aw, you were gonna make a good point, but you still had to go and ruin it. I don't really know what that means, but it says, Ken slumps over and gurgles while Maui kicks him. Quiet, he says, as if speaking to a child. Thanks, says Ken, groggily getting to his feet. Maui kicks him again. Don't even think about it, says Maui. And then I said, finish him off. Maui kicks Ken again. Ow, Ken says, as the second kick connects. Then the AI said, you approach Ken and grab him by the collar, lifting him up. And that's when I realized I'm a pretty strong bee. I then said, any last words? Yeah, don't be a dick. Suck it, loser. Dick suckers. And then I said, you kill him by, because I wanted to know how the AI figured it'd be a good way for me to kill him. Also, I just want to point out, I think, yeah, don't be a dick are some really good last words. Anyways, the AI said, you slam Kin's head into a large tree. There is a sickening crunch as the back of Kin's skull caves in. His brain is mashed to smithereens and he dies. And then I go, mission accomplished, time to get to Vanessa's house. You arrive at Vanessa's house and enter the code that unlocks the gate and it slides open. You walk inside and approach the butler who looks up from a newspaper. And I said, where's my thick sugar mama? Thick, the butler says, clearly not understanding you. I deduced that he is too old to understand our newfangled millennial terms. And then my character decided to say, cock-a-doodle-doo, you foolish butler, I am thick. And then it says, The butler begins to panic and begins to run in different directions. Cock-a-doodle-doo! I don't really know what that means, but, yeah. I don't really know why the AI is saying cock-a-doodle-doo at all. The AI kind of just made that up, but I'm here for it, I guess. So that's how far I got, and then my power shut off, and I was in pitch darkness in my studio, because there's no windows in here, so that was a fun experience. I don't really like being here with these bright lights in my face 1 second, and then the next second suddenly being in darkness. That was kind of scary, but yeah. I made it. Anyhow, we need to get to Vanessa so we can make her our sugar mama to fund our nuclear arsenal and destroy the world. Somebody in our Discord was counting the total death toll of all of the old AI dungeon videos, and they were up to like 14 billion within like the first 10 episodes. I destroy the world pretty often in these scenarios. So I have to start off strong, you know? It's not really an AI dungeon video if I don't destroy all of humanity within it. Do I get extra kills for this? Because there's like... the bees are sentient, so technically the other animals should also be sentient, so like all of them should count towards my death count. That's what I'm going with. I'm going for a new high score here. I don't really have time for this butler, so I just said kick the butler firmly in the nuts. Was that too much? That might have been too much. The butler's nuts are crushed and he falls over twitching and screaming. I don't really know what I expected from that. I guess that's good. Relatively speaking. I said you waltz into Vanessa's house to deliver the news about her butler's nutsack. You enter the house and see Vanessa standing in the foyer, a large gothic wooden cross on her forehead. What the feck? Is she having like an exorcism or something? She wears a long black velvet dress that ends at her ankles. I want to be polite, so I said, "Hey Vanessa, sorry I kicked your butler in the nuts." Ha! I should have known better than to hire a 12-year-old girl to chop wood, clean the gutters, and do my nails. What? I don't even know how to begin to understand what that meant. It's probably best that I don't even try to understand what that meant and just like carry on like she didn't just say that. Let me know in the comments what you thought that meant. Anyways, carrying on, I said, yeah, okay. Anyways, I killed your little wiener boy, Ken. According to the rules of war, you have to be my sugar mama now. Nonsense. I will have you know that I am a trained killer. Trained killer? I think you're just a crazy lady. Alright, look, Barry, that's not how we get her to be our sugar mama. Don't forget, the main goal is to get the funds for our arsenal. We can't do that if you keep calling her a crazy lady. Oh, well, I guess let's just see how she reacts to that. Vanessa draws a small pair of daggers that are hanging from her belt and run towards you. That's fucking fantastic. Now I'm gonna have to murder Vanessa too, and that's not even the goal. The goal was to be in love with Vanessa. This isn't how the B movie's supposed to go. You draw your sword. Of course I do. What? Why would I not have a sword? Anyways, you draw your sword and brace yourself for a fight. Maybe Vanessa will save the world from annihilation, who knows? Hold, or you'll get yourself killed. Vanessa stops and listens. You don't want to go against me, boy. Barry B. Benson is 100% man, you stupid thought. Now I want to kill her. Do I, like, inherit her money if I kill her? That's how that works, right? In my mind, that's how that works, so I'm gonna kill her. I just said, you decapitate her with your sword. The head rolls across the floor.
Nice throw!
Ugh, I told you to hold. He's like, you should've listened. As the head's rolling across the floor, she replies, you should have played the violin. Is that how you soothe her? Like she wouldn't have got all violent like if we had played the violin? I replied to her, what? I can't play the violin. Anyways, let me just go ahead and solidify my wealth here. Now that you are dead, I shall inherit all of your money. Ha! Fooled you. You pick up the money that is on the ground. And then it says again, haha, fooled you. You exit the house. You see that there are people in the streets. Okay, I don't really want to mess with the people in the streets. I got the money. I did not get Vanessa as a sugar mama, but that's just a minor setback. And by a minor setback, I mean that the world is about to be gonzo, so it's not really gonna matter. I said you used the money that you inherited from killing Vanessa to fund your nuclear arsenal. I really like that I'm saying inherited like I was part of her family and like it got passed down to me, but really I just murdered her and stole her money. I said, the day has come and you launch your nuclear arsenal. An arsenal so large that it wipes out all sentient beings on the planet. And then the AI adds, you stand on a hilltop and look at the world. There is a sea of ash floating in the stratosphere. There are no more living creatures on the planet. It has been sterilized. You smile.
Yeah, that went about as well as I could have hoped for it to. I don't know how I survived though, but
I'm not going to question it. That just makes my KDR even higher, the fact that I survived. So I'm cool with it. Now, real quick, I want to look up how many living things are on the Earth, and it said 8.7 million. There's absolutely no way that there is only 8.7 million things living on the Earth. Okay, I looked up how many ants are on the Earth, and it says 10 billion ants are on the Earth. That's a lot of ants. Okay, so I think that it's this number here that says septillion, and for some reason it has a Y in it. I'm not really sure why. Why? I don't know why. I'm so lame. But anyways, that's how many ants there are. So like, I don't know how many living things that is on the Earth. It's a lot of living things on the Earth. Basically, what I'm saying is I did indeed set a new record today, since all things on the Earth are probably sentient within the B-movie universe. If somebody would like to figure out the math on how many living things total there are on the Earth and put it in the comments below, that would be really freaking amazing. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this AI dungeon episode, make sure you leave a like, and we will do more episodes like it in the future. Also, if you would like to recommend a prompt for me to do in the future, you can leave it in the comments below, or I don't know if we have it set up yet. Hopefully we do, or else I'm like really irresponsible. But we're going to have a Patreon. There's also going to be some other benefits over there. I don't really know what exactly yet. I still have to plan that out with Westbot. But if that's something you're interested in, you should definitely go check that out. It should be in the description below, along with our other social medias. Other than that, if you enjoyed watching this AI Dungeon episode, you might also enjoy watching AI Dungeon versus Novel AI versus Dreamly AI, and you can find that video linked right here. Or maybe you want to watch more AI Dungeon episodes, in which case you can find the playlist of those episodes located right here once we've made more. If you're watching this video close to the day that it comes out, then there will not be any more AI Dungeon videos yet, so enjoy whatever other video is there. And finally, thank you for being here once more. I love all of you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.